welcome to ZPR, Zanu Project Rethink, and I am Franck Zanu. I'm in the studio with Nancy. I'm sure Nancy doesn't need introduction by now. Whenever Nancy has something and, she and her colleagues and friends are not able to, then she comes and says, I want to hear your view. But I'm glad that she does it in a way where she wants it to be shared with the public. So Nancy is in the studio today. But before we go to Nancy, guys, we have just installed our super thanks, okay? Many people in the comments were asking me to install a donation button. So finally, we've installed super thanks. You go to the right-hand corner of YouTube, you'll see the 3 dots. If you don't have it pop up next to the question or the comment section, click on it and give me more than $2. But thank you for your support and thank you for subscribing. Please just hit the button right now so conversations like this can come to you. This is ZPR, Zanu Project Rethink. Nancy, welcome.
Thank you for having me, Frank.
Yep. So let's go. You called, you said that your company wants to give you the book, or you bought the book, or you want to, but you want to get my views. Yeah.
Yeah, so I have a book club, and so we're all reading it, and there's a lot of folks who are part of the book club, a lot of professionals, a lot of people who are in politics, who are activists, and the book just came out. Has it been a month yet? No, it's been more than that. And so, the book 107 Days by Kamala kind of describes her grueling campaign. So we were talking about it, discussing it, and we would love to hear your views on it.
I see. So if I had $1 for each time people ask me, have you read the book? Have you read the book? I would be rich. No, I haven't read the book, and I don't need to read it because I was waiting for her to make the case. Since she went on a campaign, campaigning for the book, it is good first to hear from the book writer. And what they say interests you enough to say, let me go and read the details of this book. There was nothing she has said on the campaign trail for the book, what we call, marketing the book. Nothing at all. The book tour she's done. She hasn't said anything that is groundbreaking new that will make me, oh wow, I want to know the details about this part. She goes, she was the last person to interview her. She's in London right now with Chimamanda Adichie, the writer of Half of the Yellow Sun, the Nigerian writer. And she have to remind the audience, room full, that when Trump was at the United Nations, they laugh at him. When Trump does this, I told you, people are bowing to a tyrant. But those things are 10 for a dime. AOC will say it, Ileana Ma will say it, everybody is saying it. Why are you talking about those things? Why should I spend money to buy a book that's simply telling me things I would hear from just about any Joe Schmoot out there, right?
Well, this is Kamala Harris. This is our former vice president.
Yes.
She's a woman. She was in a high position, a high office.
Yes.
And so, to hear about her views on or her experience on this campaign, I thought it would be worthwhile.
Yes, but she missed a big opportunity, I would say. Number 2, the title of the book is completely deceptive. Okay? Completely deceptive.
What was so deceptive about it?
She titled the book 107 Days. And in her defense during the tour, she's saying that 107 days was not enough time. And today she has issues with Joe Biden not getting off the ticket earlier to give her enough time to campaign. That's where the title becomes deceptive. She did not need 107 days.
You're saying she couldn't start her campaign until he was off the ticket.
But she doesn't need 107 days. She doesn't even need a week because...
She doesn't need a week to
campaign. Because take a look at what she said on The View, okay?
Well, if anything, would you have done something differently than President Biden during the past 4 years?
There is not a thing that comes to mind in terms of, and I've been a part of most of the decisions that have had impact.
When she was on The View, they asked her one question. Sonny asked her the question, what would you do different from Joe Biden? Do you remember that famous answer?
Yeah.
What was it?
That she, I don't remember.
She said, nothing comes to mind. I won't do anything different.
Okay.
Okay. So if you say that you will not do anything different, then why do you need more than 107 days for the country to hear what? See, the incumbent, those in office and running, all they have to do is to hold up their scorecard, because we've been watching you for the last 4 years already, right? There is nothing hidden under your belt, under your hat. We've been watching you for 4 years. And here you were on The View saying, when they ask you this very crucial question, what would you do different? You said, nothing comes to mind. I won't do anything different. Well, then why do you need 107 days? To show us how pretty you are?
Maybe it's to show that...
No.
A defeat.
Her answer on that view, and she wrote in the book herself, she said it, the day I gave that answer, I knew I had pulled the pin out of the grenade because the Republicans seized on it. I would seize on it too.
Right.
She said she's not going to do anything different. Then why does she need 107 days? Even with 107 years, you will still not do anything different. So why do you want to spend $1.8 billion to just tell the country, listen, I won't do anything different? All you have to do, all Kamala had to do was to hold the scorecard and tell the American people, this is what we have done for the last 4 years. So please keep us back in office. You need only 4 news stations to tell the country that. You are the incumbent. You have access to all the mainstream media. Number 2, I've been in this country. I've seen more than 5 presidential campaigns. I am yet to see one candidate who was able to mobilize the power of Hollywood, of media, of celebrities behind one person. So she had Taylor Swift openly endorse her. Beyonce, with her load of bees behind her, endorse her, right? George Clooney. Oprah Winfrey gave her a whole town hall.
Well, these are
then
folks
Cardi B, then Lizzo. So in terms of size and money, she got all of them endorsing. The mainstream media, she goes on MSNBC, ABC, they were all happy with her.
Well,
What
Trump
does
also
she
had
need?
celebrities as well.
No,
on his
I am
campaign.
saying we're talking about her. And you say, I have nothing new to do.
I think what she
So
meant...
she's asking the country to elect her on the past record.
Going in the same path as the
That's
Democratic...
correct, that's all. So you don't need 107 days, is too long. That's waste of money. So this woman spent what Obama spent in his first election, $1.3 billion, the first ever in America to spend $1 billion in campaign. Obama did in his first term, 2008, okay? She spent it in only 107 days, $1.8 billion. Left the campaign with a lot of debt, which you are still paying. While you still have a scorecard you can show to the American people, just point to your accomplishment and ask the American people to keep you in there to continue. The American people said no. This is not because she didn't have enough time to tell us what. When she had said it on The View, this is my only point I picked in the entire 107. She missed it.
So you're saying this book is just a response to her defeat?
Because look, Hillary was crushed by Trump. And she headed for the jungle. Somebody found her wandering aimlessly the next day in the woods in Chappaqua, right? Chappaqua.
She was probably taking a hike.
Yes. Okay?
But the way you're describing it...
November is not when you take a hike, when it's cold for somebody with her age, all right? And Hillary couldn't come out of it because the media fooled her, her popularity, and everything. The amount of champagnes they bought, and they built a glass ceiling because she was just too sure that she was going to beat Donald Trump. It really shattered Hillary till today because that was her #1 dream since she was the first lady, to become the first woman president. For them, it's just a matter of, I want to make history. That's all. Okay? Hillary couldn't recover. She still feels it till today. Kamala had this massive popularity behind her. It was a time when people were hating Trump so seriously. 4 years he was away. They lined up 91 charges against this man. And she came on thinking, there's no way the country would pick this man. This time, nobody had the balls to say Trump will never be president. They learned from the
Again.
first one. Exactly, okay? And so she also went in full thinking that, yes, she could win. She did not think.
Do you think she started her campaign late?
No, that's what I'm telling you. She's been campaigning for 4 years. See, any incumbent government does two things. The policies they make are all to guarantee a second term.
Okay.
Okay? So everything they do is already, yes, a campaign. So don't be fooled. The things are all lined up.
The announcement.
That's correct. Things are lined up
for-
already as to what they're going to do when they get into office. America doesn't invent new things. You either destroy some executive orders that were made before you, just cancel them out, and then make a few new ones just to please the public. But the things lined up are for departments and private sector. They're going to work on it. You understand? So the incumbent, every party wants to win 2 terms. The incumbent, everything they are doing is a campaign for 4 years. So the two of them have had these 4 years on their hands. The border they allowed, the phones they gave to the immigrants, the money they were giving them, all these were all campaigns. The gender issues.
Even the Biden immigration.
Yes, it's
That
all
was to
campaign.
push
That's correct. To
immigrants
get
to-
immigrants and the yellow and brown and black people on their side.
On their
So
side.
they became very, very sympathetic to everyone who says, ouch, I've been hurt, okay? All that was campaign already. So the public looks at it. You have 4 years. You control the media, one, because they choose who to give interview. And they know the people. Remember when Biden goes to do public announcement, they said, we have already pre-selected people who are going to ask questions. And we have also pre-selected the questions. They said it on many occasions. All right. The employment of Karine Jean-Pierre was a campaign. They wanted people in the LGBTQ, black,
Color,
and they told her.
woman.
Yes, they told her. They didn't even look at her resume. They told her. That is why on her book tour, the only 3 things she cites every stop is what they told her was the reason she was made a press secretary. That you are black, immigrant, and her word, queer, woman. This is all. She starts every question you ask her on the book tour.
She also has a book out. And have you had a chance to read it as well? Or
That is what I keep telling you.
Okay.
I watch what they say first,
And then-
and then I know the crap in the book. Okay, so she has really misinformed people recently. Listen,
How so?
I participated in a book reading in New Haven just about a couple of weeks ago.
Okay.
But it took the writer 8 years. Now, this was her personal experience of observation. Not something he needed to do research and rely, okay? But it took him 8 years. Not because he didn't have a time. The guy was a writer, actually. You came out January 20, Karine Jean-Pierre. So you must understand, for this book to be out, it means Karine Jean-Pierre was working on
already
the
wrote.
book before it came out. Publishers don't just yank something out there,
Right.
look through it and say, yes, let's
It
go to
takes
the market.
time for
It takes
review.
time, which means Karine Jean-Pierre, while she was busy really being the press secretary, she was keeping journal every night because she knew she was going to write a book. Okay? The book could not come out this fast.
Right.
She named the book The Independent, okay? Independent. A look inside a broken White House. The book came before Trump got into, started his things recently, right?
Okay.
She's now saying that
She's
the second part of the book, a look inside a broken White House, she was talking about this current administration. How is that possible? She's
Right.
lying.
so it
She's
had to
an
be
afterthought.
Yeah, so it had
That's
to be
correct.
part of the previous administration.
That's correct. But we will come to discuss Karine Jean-Pierre on your second episode right now. So let's talk about Kamala. So Kamala Harris lost a very big opportunity.
Okay.
You said you are the first woman DA for California, the largest state in the federation, right? The woman district attorney. That's a powerful position. Okay, first woman. So she says she's the first. She also became, according to her, the first non-white woman, black woman, she calls herself, to sit on the Senate. Okay? That is second first. And third, first in the history of the United States, a woman picked as a vice president of the United States of America. 3 first.
Yeah. That's an accomplishment.
Very good. And you came out of office you didn't win the presidential election. When they pick you a vice president, it was not because they were guaranteeing you that you will become a president. No, they just simply ask you to serve your country as a vice president. That in itself is enough.
Right.
You're part of an administration. There's no way anyone would talk about that administration without talking about you. So they pick you as a vice president like you pick a co-pilot.
Right.
Not because you were guaranteed to become president. So there should be no anger that the man to whom you were a vice president became incapable. Okay? Mm-hmm. All you have to do is take the pieces along. But you agreed that you would run. And you run and you lost. You should celebrate it as a win. And you should write a book, the first of its kind, for you who have had 3 first, to motivate and inspire young girls and boys about you. So if, knock on wood, anything should happen to Kamala Harris tomorrow, the only book we would know is a book filled with anger. Mm-hmm. How to spend, she should have named the book How to Spend $1.8 billion in 107 days. You threw Biden under the bus. You crucified everybody around you. You called Biden a racist during the primaries. Clearly, loud and clear. But the man turned around and still picked you as a vice president, which in itself, if you ask me, was another campaign effort to lure in black people for Biden, because he said, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black enough. And if you don't pick a black-white woman vice president, you're not white enough, right?
So you don't have any...
Okay. You should have written a book. Your first book is to share with the kids, boys and girls, what it meant for you, what made it possible for you to have all these 3 first.
So it should have been an inspirational book.
An inspirational book. She would have won the hearts of Americans. If she has any dream for 2028 or beyond, she would have won the heart of many Americans.
So you think the inspirational book would have been enough, though? You think it would have been sufficient to win the hearts of America? Public opinion?
All Americans want is no longer angry people who write books of complaint, and I spend money to read your complaint because you didn't become president? That is it? Mm-hmm. What have you lost for not becoming a president? Whoever told you that the presidency is a guarantee, a gift they're just giving away like Oprah Winfrey does on every Christmas? What did you do to deserve the presidency in the first place? Kamala Harris, what did you do to deserve presidency? Mm-hmm. Joe served 50 years. He thought he had some experience in the Senate. So, of course, he can advance his senatorial power to say, I want to be president. Mm-hmm. Joe was an 2-term vice president to Obama, right? One of the most popular presidents in terms of personality.
Right.
Okay, so Joe can say, well, I want to extend my... What has Kamala Harris done in America to deserve the presidency? What is it?
Anything significant?
That's correct. Besides throwing a lot of black guys into jail
in
California. That's correct. A state which is where she belongs to, except known for dating a lot of black guys, including my friend Montel Williams. What has she done to ask Americans to make me president? Reagan deserves something. He's an American. He did a lot. Even J.D. Vance went to war for this country, gave his life.
I can't think of anything.
That's correct. So why is she angry that she didn't win an election? And to make all Americans who didn't vote for her feel foolish. Number 2, she didn't get 75 million votes. That is a lie. That vote was cast for the Democratic Party, not for her.
But how do you differentiate that? It's
very clear. Those who were waiting, thinking that Biden would have run for second term, they would have cast that vote for Biden because they don't care about country. They're just a party affiliation. That's it. This woman, they did everything to destroy what the Constitution says should happen. You didn't get a primary. First, you tried the primary in 2020. You got only 2.0%. So she jumped off. She jumped off and ran away by herself. Followed by Cory Booker, also got 1.79%. He jumped off and ran away, right? And then it became Biden and Trump. Okay, right. How do you go from only 4 years, the whole country gave you, including women, gave you only 2% in the primary, that you have to run away from the primary, to come to 75 million when you didn't need to do anything different in 4 years, which means the 75 million with votes casted for the Democratic Party, the Biden Democratic Party, not because of her. That is not true. If anything, she got anywhere maybe 1.92 million.
Which means there wasn't that public opinion trust in her.
No, she wasn't a popular person in the first place. She spent the 4 years, we all saw her, made a joke of herself with the cackling, the laughing, and can answer questions, the word salad. Both sides were saying, look, this is becoming ridiculous, okay? So her team began to really worry about her, and she got angry with them because now they are trying to control her, okay? So the question we should ask ourselves is, what did she do in this country at all to think that Americans should make her president? Nothing.
Right.
No significant achievement. Between Hillary and her, I'll pick Hillary, even though she didn't do anything, but she's been part of a presidency from a governor's wife to a president's wife, 2-term, to become a senator. So at least she knows the inside, okay? What has she done? Nothing. You should be just happy and grateful to this country for even making you a vice president. You should be happy and grateful for the people who turned out at the DNC and picked you. You should be grateful that they gave you the opportunity to even run the first woman presidential candidate for a popular party. That alone is enough. That is what a person with wisdom, intelligence, knowledge, and maturity would do.
You're making it sound as if Kamala was almost entitled to this position. Is that what you're saying?
She make it sound as if she was entitled to this position. Yes. And then she joined some people and nodded her head when they asked her, do you think it's based on your skin color and gender? She nodded. She should have said, no, that is nonsense. How would I become a vice president? How would I become a DA? I wore the same skin color. I'm the same gender. She did not show any appreciation for America. She didn't. And that, she has no chance ever.
In the future?
No. I'm telling you, she cannot win
anything.
A primary. You have to debate, you have to campaign for a primary. She can't win, especially if Donald Trump is not there, because she has nobody to attack. Today, her speeches are popular and angry because of Donald Trump. If Donald Trump is not in the race on 2028, Kamala will have nothing to speak about.
I see.
Nothing. She can never answer a question by promising this country anything. They gave you the border, you couldn't do anything with it. They gave you so many things. And they all keep using the word broken. So let me debunk something right now. There was never a time in the United States of America where the immigration system was broken. Never. It's a lie. Complete lie.
Okay. Why do you believe that? That was a complete lie.
But how was the immigration system broken? During the last 10 years, have you brought people from Haiti to this country?
No.
Have you filed for members?
Yes.
Okay. What happened?
They either were approved or denied.
Exactly. Is that because of a broken system?
No, there is a process.
Okay, where did you apply? The embassy of the United States in Haiti?
Right, you went through USCIS.
Okay, if the immigration system is broken, why do they have visa sections at all embassies across the world in the United States of America if you have a broken immigration system within the country?
They're talking about the borders.
Very good. Why don't you say that there was a broken border
issue instead of
a broken immigration?
Well, you have to
if there was a broken immigration, why is it that we didn't see camping tents at JFK?
No.
Why, if the system is broken, why didn't we see camping tents
at LaGuardia?
At LaGuardia.
There are no camping. No, there are none there.
How about Port Jefferson? No.
No.
How about Logan Airport?
No.
Bradley?
No, God forbid.
Okay. Were planes coming from countries into the country with visas in their passport?
Yes.
So where is the broken immigration system?
The broken immigration is at the border.
No, it is not at the border. You had a broken border. So if you refuse to clean your house properly and a couple of rats and something are coming through one area of the house into your kitchen area, is your house broken?
No.
Exactly. You just go fix that part, isn't it?
Right.
So yes, we had a broken border problem, but not a broken immigration, where she campaigned insisting that both sides should get to Congress and pass a legislation to fix Americans' broken immigration, which she repeated throughout the campaign, but it's a lie. Do you know why? You cannot get on private airplane companies. You can't get on a plane from anywhere in Africa, in Asia, in Eastern Europe, in Europe, without showing the airline the visa to go to America. Is that not true?
Yes.
Okay. Do they have embassies with visa sections?
Yes.
Very good. So the immigration system of America was not broken.
No, it's not.
That's correct. But you see, they have to use the word broken. Do you see what KGP is doing, Karine Jean-Pierre? In her book, she's referring to the two-party as broken. Have you heard it?
Yes.
That's correct. Why would she say the two-party system? America doesn't have a two-party political system. America has a democratic system. America has an economic system. Those are systems. Two-party is not a system. America has two parties.
Just period, yes.
That's correct, not a system. A system is something that people have agreed that we should only and always have only two parties.
Well, when you say that this party is broken and this party is broken, you're basically saying that they're not able to function.
That's correct, which is not true. There is a system saying this is the way you can become president or the party should run. Go through primaries, right?
Right.
Pick your running mate, your flag bearer. Go to the DNC.
So from what we see, things are running.
That's correct. The two parties are running properly. Number two, she's lying. There are no two parties, only two parties in America. Do you know
There are
Ross
multiple.
Perot?
Yeah, there are
Ross
multiple.
Perot was an independent. How about Ralph Nader?
I believe he was also independent.
Didn't they both run?
They did.
Okay, long time, over 70 or 80 years ago, an independent president won. Now, here is the truth, okay, about somebody like Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders is not a Democrat. He's a socialist. But he knows that when he says, if he says, I'm going to run as a socialist,
No one's going to, he's not.
exactly, he's not going to get the
People
votes.
don't even understand the concept.
The concept, even to vote. So what did he do? It's like the analogy of the guy with a spoon, a bad spoon of milk. He wanted to bake a cake. One spoon of milk cannot bake a cake. So what did he do? He poured it into a bowl of milk, and the cake was baked. So in that cake, his milk was part of it. So what Bernie Sanders did, even though he knew that he shares nothing with the Democrats, he can't run as a socialist party. They won't vote for it. Therefore, he said, I'm a Democrat. Zoran Mandani is a crook. He knows very well he's plain straight out socialist.
Okay.
But he knows if he says, I'm a socialist, and this is a socialist party, independent socialist party, he's not going to go through the...
No one who's a socialist party will pass.
That's correct. So
This
they
is a
join the
capital-
Democrats. Okay.
This is a capitalist country. No
That's
one
correct.
wants to see their
they join the
taxes or
Democrats.
anything
So
go
you
up.
can see how they are burying themselves into a party that they have nothing at all in common with. Bernie Sanders and this person. Because independents have suffered in this country, right? Because Americans are wise enough to say, you should have what? A thesis and antithesis. And always a synthesis comes out of it. That is it. Positive and negative wires always gives us light. Jumpstart your car. So America is unique in that way with the two parties. The independents have tried it. Ross Perot, Ralph Nader, the Green Party, and on and on. We have more than 4 parties.
And even Trump, when you look at him, he seems like he's a very independent. But he had to pick a
party
side.
in order to. Okay.
Right.
So she's lying there, going on campaign. And number 3, I know the job of a press secretary. You need 3 things. Those 3 things, she doesn't have any of them. One of them is you have the ability to think on your feet and maintain eye contact and respond. Okay? That's one. She doesn't have, she's very bad at it. So they nickname her the Binder Madame. 2 is you have to have charisma.
Okay.
It comes with your wardrobe and everything. She doesn't have it.
Okay.
Okay? And 3, to be able to work with the director of the press corps. But she thinks anything she says, she should be allowed to do it that way. So inside, they had a problem with her. So they started keeping her away from Biden. I know a press secretary's job. I'm a media man. We all know what it is. You don't pick the press secretary because the person is, well educated with PhD. No, 3 things. Charisma, ability to think on your feet. That's why Caroline Leavitt is going to go down history as the GOAT of all press secretaries. I promise you that. Just simply, she checked the box with those 3 things. Okay? But they told her, and she knew it. And so you have to say the 3 things that are not accomplishment. Being a woman is not an accomplishment, but she's using it. Being queer is not an accomplishment because you didn't create it.
You just are.
You just are. Being an immigrant is not an accomplishment. Being black is not an accomplishment.
I think she uses it as adversities, and she's overcome those, I guess, notions that if you are this and this and this, it's hard to be in this position.
Then how did you get into the position? Because of the very thing that you are. Biden wanted it so badly to show the world that he's a very kind man. Queer people, black. So they wanted her because, look, the press corps, for those who don't know, the White House press corps has a director, okay? And then there's an assistant director. The press secretary is the same as the secretary to NASA. Instead of typing out, you speak it out, okay? So you listen to the director of the press. Whenever there's something out, they create the talking point, and you need to listen and be able to form it in your own words where you can speak to the people without looking on notes. That's it. So she's not a decision maker in the press corps. She's told what to say.
Okay.
And she's been fighting with them, so they started keeping her away from the president. The night of the debate, the next person next to the president should be the press secretary. She said she was on Air Force One for the whole night to come to the debate and never saw the president. So you left the Democratic Party. You were storming for Biden to go to second term. If the parties were broken and the system is broken, why were you campaigning for the man to continue in the broken system?
That's a good point.
So Karine Jean-Pierre's anger is that I could never have gotten this position. Damn you all. Let the man run another 4 years so I am still there. That's all. And she didn't get that. So she's trying to write a book to say she knows better than the entire apparatus of the Democratic Party. That if they say we are the donors, we make money come in here, we don't like the guy we are seeing. This girl is trying to tell the entire apparatus that has been there for hundreds of years, she knows better. Therefore, the two parties are broken and we should find another one. You know why? She doesn't want to belong to them anymore. She knows she's been used like Obama and she's angry about it.
And she's also jumped ship. She's made that announcement.
And when she realized that she's been used because of the three things she keep mentioning, because she's queer, a woman, and black, now she's angry. She wants a party to be formed so she can belong to that party and bring along all queer people. That's why she's condemning the two parties, saying it's not working because I couldn't be. She said, I'm independent. I know what independents do. My friend is an independent. He voted last year for Trump. 2, 3, 4 years before, she voted for the Democrats. Megyn Kelly is an independent. She voted 5 times for Democrats and 4 for Republicans. That is what independents do. They stay on the line and listen to two sides.
And see who's the best.
That's correct.
Not that they agree fully. But
that's correct. She was asked on a show recently, would you ever see yourself, since you're an independent, voting Republican? She didn't even think. She said, no, I would never vote Republican. Then what does it mean being independent? So now you have the Democrats who are jumping ship.
So you're saying you would always vote Democrat?
No, that's why she wanted a new party. The lady was stupid enough not to ask her, but would you vote Democrat? The place from where you've just jumped.
Right.
So this is the lie we're telling ourselves. So back to Kamala, yes, you've asked a good question. For me, the only thing I haven't seen anybody ask her in these 107 days, it's simple, okay? But you said you have nothing different to do. Then why would you need more than 107 days to tell American people this? You could have done it at the DNC. You could have done it at the Oprah town hall. You could have done it through Lizzo, Cardi B. You could have just said it on MSNBC and ABC and CNN. I don't have anything, look at my scorecard. And just repeat what you have done in the last 4 years. And the American people left to decide. But you have to write a book and say, my 107 days was not enough for me. Girl, the day they said take it, didn't you know, as a savvy politician, 107 days was not good enough? Why would anybody take a job knowing very well I'm going to fail and take it? It means being a DA, being a senator, all this time you were getting Fs. She's not smart. Karine Jean-Pierre is not smart. Jasmine Crockett, not smart. They've been given opportunities in this country to be stars, speak in a tone that elevates, but they won't. And that is very sad. Kamala got a chance to write a book that will be on everybody's shelf, left and right. And she missed it. Instead, write a book. You who have gone through three first, the first book you wrote was to condemn your boss, who made you to have this position nobody would ever give to you.
Right.
And then condemn everybody.
For Corinne, what type of book should she have written?
Oh my God. Being an immigrant from Haiti who came to this country, the United States of America, I've said this plenty of times, if people don't understand the culture of white America, exceptionalism, they will give you the chance. They will give you the chance.
You just have to run with it.
You have to run with it. You have to push the envelope. They will give you the chance. Okay? This lady started way in Obama's regime as a young student from Columbia and then got into the second term with Obama. You know, backdoor. She has never held any really front line. But they look at her when Jen Psaki was leaving and said, let her be the press secretary, because they thought she could communicate to the hearts of black and brown people and win them with a smile. No, she came to the podium every day angry. Well, if the country didn't like you and they looked lower than you, all the white people in that room, why are you the one they put on the podium? Seize the moment to change the entire narrative, even about yourself, and give hope to the many you claim you belong to, LGBTQ, black and brown and women immigrant from Haiti. But here, your book is a discouraging, angry-filled, blaming victimhood book. The same thing we have been doing to all these black people who get the opportunity in this country. When people listen to me, they're going to say, oh, he's always, giving amplification to the white man. And no, I'm just simply saying, we are the only ones. You are a project manager to a whole town of white people. I've been to your office. 2 white women marched me all the way to your door. Your office was more beautiful looking with mahogany desk than every place. You've proven it. That's what we should be doing. So the young ones coming up can say, oh, okay.
There was someone there at that
There's
time.
someone there. If I go there, I can do it. Now, Karen Jean-Pierre has scared 2-3 generations of young, queer, nappy hair, black immigrants. Because here you are giving an interview, you can't smile. Because you can't talk gloriously about the book. You can't. The book has stolen your smile. Every page is not good.
You're saying the book stole her joy?
Yes. She wrote it with anger, disappointed.
Or maybe her joy was gone a long time ago?
Oh, well, then that's what I'm saying.
But how do we determine all of that, though?
Well, I look at, because somebody who got to that position for 4 years, or you should write a book that is full of joy of what you accomplished. You have to write your accomplishment and say, I work hard to be an immigrant, to come to America. This is the only country that gives opportunity for me to become a Colombian student, Ivy League, and get into the White House of not just Joe Biden, starting with Obama, 2 terms, and then Biden. And finally, they put me
as a press secretary
to be seen by the whole world. That is the exceptionalism of this country.
So she should have written that she had this platform and she ran with it.
That's correct. What?
And be grateful.
And be grateful. Because I promise you one thing. No white person has said, you think Caroline Levitt is getting it easy? She's been attacked. Caroline Jean-Pierre called her deplorable.
Called her deplorable?
Yes. Not for anything she said about Caroline Jean-Pierre. No.
About the way she...
Something to do with, I don't know, ICE, and Caroline, in her usual style, made her comments about that. And when they asked her on the book tour, she said, yes, I told you, they are all deplorable.
The conditions?
No, the person, Caroline Levitt, is a deplorable
person.
Yes. Since she took that position, she never talked about her predecessor. No, never did. This is the first time.
I mean, she doesn't have to.
That's correct. You call her deplorable. Now, you are angry about people calling you names, but here you are.
Calling other folks names.
You see? Now, many press secretaries who left, Jen Psaki, they never rushed to write a book and condemn anybody. They got a job on MSNBC. Now she's making over $20 million in 3 years, Jen Psaki, and running her mouth and insulting everybody. Here you are, talking about how the party and the nation is throwing people under the bus. Your party? Or which party? So I'm saying we got to stop this. And we got to start calling each other out with this vitriol that everything that happened, just because it's a little part, as if Jen Psaki didn't have a clash with the director of the press corps. I'm sure she had.
I'm sure, yeah.
That's correct.
This is a normal thing that happens.
That happens,
on
you
daily,
see?
yeah.
The others who came before her, I'm sure they all had. But where are they?
Either on a show, teaching,
Yes.
writing.
The one who left the first time with Donald Trump, I can't remember her name now.
We had Huckabee.
Huckabee, that's correct. Did
Yeah.
you see her write and angry? But I'm sure she disagreed with John Kerry and others on a daily basis.
Huckabee didn't spout much. She
Yes.
didn't have a lot of grace either.
Yes, that is a test of professionalism. That is a test of personality.
But you're asking for Corinne to have charisma, for her to dress well,
No.
for her to smile. Why is it different? Huckabee didn't spout. Huckabee didn't
It's one
dress
thing
well.
that the three things I said makes a press secretary, that you didn't have it.
Mm-hmm.
It's one thing, but you stayed there for 4 years, okay? It's one thing.
Mm-hmm.
Now that you have your voice to tell your story, I'm saying why not look at the bright side, things you were able to accomplish, and talk about how you were able to get there, the challenges in a professional setting, not to mention a place of tension like a White House, where everything is by the second. You think you're going to get along with everybody properly? And number two, you just think you. Look, the secretary to the executive director of NASA, just because you are the secretary to the executive director of NASA doesn't mean that you know more about
Science.
space travel than the director. So just because you are a press secretary doesn't mean that you know anything about politics at all. You don't. And that is shown clearly in your book. You are asking for human behavior. The party is asking for the nation. You are asking for Biden. Keep saying that it was wrong for them to throw him off. Who is raising the money? George Clooney hosted $35 million to host this man. And I shouldn't tell my people. Lindy Liu, whom they threw under the bus, raised money, and Kamala blew it in 107 days. You shouldn't be angry. She jumped ship, but she went to the Republican.
Right.
That's it.
She doesn't have a book out? She's not going to be writing soon?
No. She just goes on podcasts and name people and talk about what she saw with those people. She still calls Biden.
What her experience
I love Biden. I still love him. That's what you need to do. But this lady, Karine Jean-Pierre, good luck to her. In terms of all the press secretaries, what they do get when you leave the White House. Look, the White House is a springboard. You can be board chair of anything, but all depend on the face you put up when you left office. And what she has done?
You're saying she destroyed her career?
Everything.
And she doesn't have a chance?
She
In
can
any roles that's very
She
significant?
can sit on the board of an animal rescue nonprofit. Yeah.
Animal rescue.
Yeah.
I'm not putting animal rescue down, but you're saying
She can get a chance as that. She can be on the board of, some orphanage organizations. She can get those things. They just like, But in terms of any what we call media, no. Even The View. Yeah,
she's lost her chance.
Oh yeah, she went on there as if she was auditioning for The View.
Maybe
the drama, the fingers like this.
Maybe
so she
was.
wanted queer people, LGBT, to buy her book. So she has to name that every time she was, I'm a queer, I'm a queer, I'm a queer. I don't know anybody who uses this thing just continuously, nonstop. As a black woman, as a black woman, as a black woman, as a black woman. I don't understand it, what it means.
Maybe she's describing her adversity. It's hard as a black woman to
do what?
reach, I don't know.
But I'm saying
I've seen black women reach.
No, the adversity she's describing has already been debunked by the position she was given.
Right.
And the successes she has had. You went to Ivy League. How many your classmates from here went to Ivy League? So everything she's saying is difficult for a black woman. Her own experience have debunked it all. Yes. The chances, otherwise, how can we know her name?
because she was in a high position.
profile, exactly, by a white institution. So her adversity that has been debunked by the very career she's been offered in this country. This is not Haiti. Well, number two, if you know you are blind, why do you go to the movies? So if you know you're a queer black woman, you're going to have these adversities, then why show up at all and say, I want something?
But you said it's not Haiti. Haiti has elected a female president before.
Yes.
So it's not that it's Haiti or...
Exactly. So it's very sad. So to 107 days, if anybody will remember anything from this, is don't be fooled. You said it on The View.
Kamala.
Yes. When they ask you, what would you do different? That was an opportunity Sonny Hostin gave to her to win people with what would you do different. She said, nothing comes to mind. That was it. Now you've really given the American people, that's the first time Kamala Harris was absolutely honest.
That, hey, I'm not going to be doing anything.
That's correct.
I'm just going to
And
follow
so you've
what
told the American people, they heard it. And you said it in the book, that's the day I knew I pulled the pin. How did you know that? Yes, reflection. Okay? So if that is the case, you won't do anything different. It means for the last 4 years, the Americans have seen my scorecard. Let them decide. You don't need 107 days. You don't. You don't need 1.8 billion. No. Kamala could have gone on a cruise and keep saying, take a look at my scorecard. There's nothing different. Everything we've done is good. I will continue with it. So the American people heard you. To the point they stole the primaries and gave it to you on silver platter.
Right.
And the people still said no. You did not win
Because
one
they weren't
swing. Do you know why they call it swing? Yes, swing state, man. You
It's
couldn't
when you
win.
convince the
You
states.
convinced the people who are
That,
on the
hey.
fence, and you didn't. So 107, she will live to regret that this is the first book she wrote. Absolutely. Somebody totally misguided her. They thought an angry book is what Americans are looking to consume. So somebody moved her in that direction, and she did. And she's lost it completely. Bad book.
Books like Audacity of Hope did very well because it was inspiring in a way.
I don't know what is inspiring. Yes, you say, oh, my father left me, but now I'm going to become president. Well, that book was published not by Obama. I mean, people know. There are people, students, there are black kids in America whose story would bring tears out of your eyes. But if your father, who just came here to study and just loved white women and made 3 different children with 3 different white women, left you behind, and your mother didn't allow room for mistake, protected you, and married a professor from Indonesia, another white man, and took you to Indonesia for world, experience. Okay? What are you complaining about?
It wasn't complaining. It was more talking about the backstory of his upbringing.
Yes, but that's what you talk about, or that dreams of my father.
Right, and then now becoming,
What?
well, he became the president of the United States.
Yes.
A 2-term.
Yes. But I'm saying black kids in America, from Philly to Bridgeport to Hartford, will tell stories that bring tears out of your eyes, of human resilience. They didn't have a mother and 2 grandparents who were middle class in Hawaii.
White.
They didn't get to be taken to Indonesia to a professor's home. They didn't get to go to Columbia and Harvard. And yet your book is an inspiration? Of what sort?
For black men.
Which black man?
Black men.
Black men who was visiting their father in jail for drug, for murder, whose mother is never home, spends more money on hair and nails, who opens the fridge is empty, whose school is filled with criminals who are looking to hurt you and bully you. How about them? They are in Congress, but they will not write a book like Obama to show, right? Eleanor Omar couldn't tell the country that this is the only country on earth where a refugee from the Dadaab refugee camp in Kenya, running away from Somalia, will become a congresswoman in a short time. The same white racist country will take a Muslim with her head covered and make her a congresswoman. She won't tell the story of inspiration, no. And marries a white man, and yet goes around saying to people that we should be afraid of white people. Where is her story of inspiration? Cory Bush, where she came from. Jasmine Crockett come from District 20 in Texas. Where are their story of inspiration? But you're using a half American, half white Obama to tell a Kenyan story to inspire Americans, whom they have nothing resonates between the two of them. Obama has nothing in common with an African Americans, just like I don't have anything in common with African Americans right here in terms of the story. Mm-hmm. But they sold the book not because it contained anything good, because there was a group of white people who knows how to sell sand to the desert. They wanted him so much to be president, so they got everybody jerky eye, tears, and say, he's going to be your next president. Oh, America is good. When it comes to marketing and PR, oh, I bow to this country, the God of PR.
I can't stop laughing.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we have installed the super thanks. Please show me love because, you know, I fund this production all by myself. I'm saying it live here. Anybody who doubts it can go to the comments and tell me where funding. There's no funding coming from anywhere. This production, Rethink, is my business. I fund it. So your donation, it's really helpful. I pay for production, I pay for staff, I pay for everything so I can bring you these wonderful conversations because we need to help our kids hear something positive. With positive people like Nancy and Amber and Armani, that's what I do. So please, go down there next to the comment section on YouTube and you'll see the super thanks. Click on and give me your widow's mite. Until next time, this is ZPR Zanu Project Rethink and I'm Franck Zanu. Thank you.